So, George, you have done a number of outer space movies. What makes this film very special for you?
I thought it was small. I thought the stories were intimate. I thought it was going to talk about what we're capable of doing to one another if we don't pay attention. How awful we can be if we don't keep keep our eye on it. And I thought it was also a story about regret and about redemption. And those are sort of smaller, intimate stories. And ultimately, it was a story about being able to communicate with one another and being able to be in the room with one another and being able to be home. And those are all of those sort of elements in this big, this big canvas. I thought was exciting to do.
And talk about your transformation. I almost did not recognize you with your beard and hunch position. So, where the twins got scared, or Amal didn't want you in bed, or something?
Well, yeah, nobody wanted me around, quite honestly. The beard was long and full of animals and things, and I think the happiest day of last year was when I shaved my beard off for my wife. Yeah, look, I lost a lot of weight, which wasn't so easy to do in Italy, but in general, he's sick and he's dying, so it's what we do as a profession. So it's not that big it's not that hard to do. It's just requires some discipline. Eating lentil soup instead of pasta at dinner, that kind of thing.
And talk about the filming the snowstorm with a little girl in Iceland. That was real.
It was real. She's a tough little girl, she's never acted before. She's 7 years old, but she's Irish and she's tough, And we were all tied together because of the wind and because you couldn't see your hand in front of your face when the wind would come in. It would look like your background. It would be completely blue skies and beautiful. And you'd see this wall of white come running towards us. It was like a tornado. And everybody get prepared. We get our cameras and everybody hanging on to everybody with these ropes. And then the minute it hit, we go action. And then we shot as much as we could shoot in the 6 minutes while that wind tunnel was there. And then it would go away. And then we'd wait for the next one or go chase it, So it was an adventure.
And having a pregnant leading lady, when you found out that Felicity Jones was pregnant and you decided to write that on the script, how was that challenging enough for you as a filmmaker?
Well, at first, of course, it's nerve-wracking because, I have to now go to the studio and say, so our leading lady's pregnant. And you don't know how the studio will react. You never know. And you certainly know that, you're steeling yourself for anything. And then I said, I think we make her pregnant and we write into it. We lean into it because I think it'll end up being a really important piece of the story. And luckily, all of the heads of Netflix jumped in and said, yeah, I think that's a good idea. And so from the very beginning, from early on, we were really able to lean into it. So we had to write into it. But I think it makes the end of the movie much more poignant.
And what made you decide on the title as well? I know the title was Either before, and then you decided on The Midnight Sky.
Well, it wasn't really Ether. That was just sort of a tentative. It was based on the book Good Morning Midnight. And Good Morning Midnight sort of didn't make as much sense. And I knew at the end what the last shot was going to be for me. And that's what it felt like, with Polaris up there. We would have called it Polaris, but I did a movie called Solaris, so that wouldn't have worked. And The Midnight Sky felt like the right title at the time.
And do you miss being screened in a big theater?
Yeah, we shot it on 65 millimeter. It was designed to be on a giant screen. And Netflix was kind enough to say, let's screen it on a few hundred screens first. I miss it, the premiere with my friends. It's all of those things. But, there's a lot bigger problems in the world than me not being able to see the film that I worked on for a couple of years on the big screen.
Well, hopefully I see you in person next time. Thank you very much.
Should be soon. Just hang in there. We're almost there.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for all your help for Maria Ressa.
Oh, yeah. Well, listen, that's my wife is doing Herculean work for Maria. She's an amazing woman.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.